Championship gold is every fantasy competitor's dream. From day one for 365 days, we sit there and prep to hold this belt with pride, honor, dignity, and of utmost character. From the draft prep to the draft, to the managing of the waiver wire, which Andy can never do, to the fighting week after week of praying your number 1 and 2 draft picks never get injured, and to cursing out on debilitating injuries like amnesia onto players that do not perform. We hope to one day hold this glorious belt. To be immortalized once is a dream come true. To do it twice in a row is a miracle. Now, on the cusp of doing it for a third time in a row, JB looks to enter the pantheon of other great dynasties, such as the 1947 to 49 and 62 to 64 Toronto Maple Leafs, the 57 to 60 and the 76 to 79 Montreal Canadiens, the 1980 to 1983 New York Islanders, the 1936 to 39, the 49 to 53, and the 1998 to 2000 New York Yankees, 72 to 74 Oakland Athletics, the 52 to 54 Minneapolis Lakers, 1959 to 1966 Boston Celtics. Eric, your 91 to 93 and 96 to 98 Chicago Bulls, the 2000 to 2002 Los Angeles Lakers, the 1929 to 1931 and the 66 to 68 Green Bay Packers. But standing in his way of etching his name onto the belt for a third time, back to back to back, to be a four-time world champion is this man. The man that could not do it last year. He has come back to avenge one more try as he dethroned JB to take the belt away from the madman himself. This, folks, is your final hope. This is your Luke Skywalker. This is Kyle Clark. It's the championship on Reclaim the Trophy. If that doesn't get you pumped up for this weekend's action, I don't think anything will. Hello folks, JB here with you, and it is championship week. Now the only reason why it probably doesn't get you riled up is because look who's in the championship. I am back, not like I ever left. So, before we really get into the championship, let's just one last time rewind and take a look at Playoff Mania 3. The 1 seed, three-time world champion, defeats the 6 seed, the team in the North, ending her miracle run to the championship. JB leads the series 5-1 with a 1-0 playoff advantage. In the championship semi 2, built for December, pulls off yet another upset, defeating the 2 seed, the Commish, pretty handily, mind you, to get his second shot at the championship in back-to-back years. However, Eric still leads the series 6-5 with a tied playoff series. Eric is very salty that you get a rematch shot in your first year back, whereas he's got to wait another year, his 7th year waiting. In the 5th place match, the 3 seed, the Dingo AJ Color, defeats the 5th seed Epic Tailspin. Dana leads the series 4-1, with Sam J getting the playoff edge with 1-0. Biggest thing to take away from is that Dana was the Johnny Moxon Trophy winner, and yet she will finish in 6th place. In the consolation semi, the 11th seed Come At Me Bro could not pull off an upset here to get into the championship bracket there. Loses the 7th seed Motive Urine. John loses the series 7-3. including 2 playoff wins there. And we should judge the Sandwich Bowl, because I think this is the second time they've met. 9th seed the Aints defeat the 8th seed Ambulance Bay, evening up the playoff series, so they both owe each other sandwiches. So next draft they both should make each other sandwiches. Bob loses the series 6-5. Well, here it is, the handicap in the Dumper Bowl, and folks, it really came down to 3 yards, and for the longest time, probably going into the last 2 minutes of Monday Night Football, glorious domination was on his way to winning that dubious honor. But Ezekiel Elliott giving those 3 yards, pushed over the accelerator, which gave him a 2-point bonus, which then gave him the victory over the 12th seed Suns Out, Guns Out. Probably one of the most heartbreaking losses, which Eric did call what happened this week in fantasy football history, as Sam B does win the Dumper. The series is now tied to a piece with Travis having won. So Sam B and JB become the first royal family of the Dumper in the league, as Andy now will forever point out, because someone else wins the Dumper and he's quick to point on it. He wins the Dumper, he's like, oh, whatever. Now, I don't want to just write off Championship Week. There are 3 other matchups that we're going to get into. First of all, I want to say thank you for the participation for Playoff Mania. It was great. We were only down 3 people, Sam B, Sam J, and Travis, so 9 out of 12, not too bad. Next year, we're Playoff Mania 4. Let's rev it up again. So let's give love to the 3 other matchups and the one we all care about, the championship. Here is Championship Week. It's Barons v. Clark 2. Championship matchup, the 1 seed, 3-time world champion, looking to go 4-time. Going against the 4 seed, built for December, who is looking to avenge his drubbing last year and to finally reach the pinnacle and to be the savior of everyone in the league, to finally dethrone the king. Here it is, folks. This is for all the glory. Monday night, you'll find out who's the new champion. This series is tied 7 apiece. JV does hold a 2-0 playoff advantage. I sometimes wonder how I got here. It's almost like, did I sell my soul to the devil? I can make that happen, JB. Get out of here, robot devil. No one needs you. Let's continue on. In the matchup I deem we were good enough to play for the semifinals, but not good enough to play for the finals. It's a 3rd place match. 2 seed the Commission versus the 6th seed, the team in the North. Carroll does lead the series 3-2 with a 1-0 playoff advantage, looking to at least just from 6th place to 3rd place and just defeat Eric. Because in the end, isn't that what we all want? Just someone to defeat Eric. In the Consolation Championship, we've got a battle for the repeats here. So ready for the 9th seed, the Aints, looking to become the first time back-to-back Consolation Championship. I think I couldn't do it. When I won it the first year, then the second year I lost to Charlie, my only playoff loss. So Bob's looking to do something that I've never done, and then Motive Yearn is looking to become the 2nd player ever to win the championship and the Consolation Championship. So it really is kind of a unique matchup there. Bob leads the series 7-4, but the playoffs are tied. So usually a 9th place match is very meh, and you really don't care about it. But Katie, I'm going to put all the pressure on the world on you, and here's why. If Andy wins, this will be the first time in 7 years he's finished above double digits. That's right. Think about it. 7 years of fantasy football, he has his first crack at getting 9th place. Not 10th, not 11th, not 12th, 9th. Meaning, if he wins, his average will rise to 10.9 out of 12. Now, if he loses and gets 10th, his average is only up to 11. So, Katie, all the pressure's on you. But guess what? Andy leads the series 4-3, including a 1-time playoff win. So, I thought I had a great idea. I thought, why not send Kyle words of encouragement? You know, he is going against me for a second time. He's the only thing in between, the league and me being a three-time, or back-to-back-to-back champion, four-time world champion. So I thought, why not everyone send him words of encouragement? Send him some love, give him what he really needs right now. And I got two, plus mine. I didn't even get any smack talk from Kyle. That was on the table. But nonetheless, this next part is hilarious. And this is Eric's uh, words of comments to Kyle.
Good evening. In 5 days, people from all over the world will be competing for fantasy football championships. They will be launching the greatest bragging rights competition in the history of mankind. In this league, we cannot be consumed by our petty rivalries anymore. Perhaps it's fate that this weekend is Christmas, and once again, we will be celebrating the birth of a Savior, not from sin or eternal damnation, but from an obnoxious three-time world champ. And should Kyle win the day, Christmas will no longer be just a Christian holiday, but the day this league cried out in one voice, we will not put up with another year. Our children deserve someone better. We're going to keep playing. We're going to talk more trash. On Sunday, we celebrate the end of JB's reign.
Alright, so I apologize for the quality, but this is what Sam B did send to Kyle. So Kyle, dear Kyle, you are again in the championship back-to-back years. It must be pretty good. Now normally, I wouldn't pick a certain person to cheer for, except for the year I played in it. But this year, I have to pick a side. Is there any way you could just bench your team this week? For my sanity, I need you to lose. You all think Josh being the three-time world champion is bad? Well, you should hear this guy when he loses. I mean, at one point last week, he said, I'm going to lose because of Justin Tucker. So you're really helping everyone out by losing this week. Trust me, they don't want Josh to come in second place. It's better for him to win. Yes, there you go. It kind of is true. Kyle, since you won't smack talk me, I have no problem. I'll come after you. Harambe felt bad about how mad you got killed last year. They should call your team the Kyle Crying Jordan Faces. For 700 plus days, this belt has a loved, warm, and caring home. It's been around this shoulder and this waist. Why take it away from that? Think of it. I have brought everybody together. I've given you purpose by being your champion. You've got a rallying point. So in essence, you need me to be champion to give your fantasy life purpose. So in the end, Kyle, let me just tell you, you're welcome. Well, there you have it, folks. Championship week, Monday night, we will have a champion of some sorts. Whether you like it or not, it's going down. So, this might be the last time you see me proudly holding this belt. And I mean proudly holding this belt. So if this is the case, thank you for letting me be your champion. Thank you for this wonderful piece of hardware. It's been a great, true honor to be your three-time champion and two-time belt holder. So Kyle, in all honesty, good luck. And I'll see you on the fantasy gridiron for the championship. 'Tis being the holiday season, I would like to wish you a Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa, as what the hell is Kwanzaa? Or Hanukkah, or whatever religious or holiday you celebrate this season, from my family to yours.